Well, Merry Christmas, Freak Squad, and non-Freak Squad members as well. I tell you what, Santa Fusion has come through tonight. I don't know who filled his gift basket, his case, but he handed out presents all day today, left and right. So shout out to Mr. Fusion. Uh, I tell you what, guys, I know it's late at now. What is it, 3 a.m. Central Standard Time? So some of y'all may be getting up. A lot of y'all probably getting off work. I see we got Captain Kurt in here, Tyler, Carolina Cowboy, Chris Cunningham. How's it going, buddy? Tyler Green, Miss Savannah. Yeah, I appreciate y'all coming in. Now, many of y'all have already seen this video. I know. Like I said, appreciate it, Fusion. You dropping this right here made a lot of people's night. Some people hadn't been able to see it. And for those of you that hadn't seen it, Merry Christmas. I know a lot of people's going to be doing a review off this. And hey, y'all pass it around. Now, I probably should have done this about 2 minutes ago. I messed around with my mic settings. I had some problems. That's what I was going to ask. So my reverb is all cranked up. Okay, folks. So give me a minute. Let me pull up. I was hoping that wouldn't happen. Okay, Kurt, is that sounding any better? Or? Not at all. So it's actually went worse, huh? Okay, folks, I tell you what, I'm going to swap out mic settings and I'll just see if I can mess with it. And okay, well, before I switch it out, does that help it any? Yeah, that's what I pretty much done, but I've got several inputs in here that I put in and I don't know if it's on the EQ part. Okay, how's that? A little distance. I'll tell you what, yeah, until I can get in here, I guess tomorrow and spend a little more time on it. It's on the EQ? Okay, so that right there helps me out quite a bit. Everything else should be hopefully leveled out. I want to go make sure something in my settings didn't get. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna Let's see here, Mike. Okay, can y'all hear me on this one? Yeah, hopefully this will work. Okay, so, well, like I said, if something don't go wrong during a live on one of mine, then it's not a lot. So I always have some kind of issue. Now let me clear this stuff, get back to my screens, and kind of feel like that guy up there in Ohio having an issue with audio. You know, that guy that claims to be a professional audio. All right, so there again, like I was saying, big shout out to Mr. Fusion. If any of y'all are not subbed up to him, in the description on this live, I've got a link for Mr. Fusion. So just go right over there, sub up. Also, big shout out to Powerstroke for putting up with all this, and as well, PsychobabbleRapp. This right here is another L. But I'm not going to waste any more time. We're going to get right into it. I appreciate everybody else that's popped right on in during all this, this big mistake I've had going on with the audio. So it's like we got coronavirus in here, Firewall 5000. Hey, Firewall, how's it going? Michelle D, Apple Creek. So yeah, looks like a few more popped in. Firewall, you're gonna love this. As a matter of fact, make sure you tell Kenneth to check this out. Y'all are absolutely gonna love this. And yeah, can't thank Fusion enough. This is definitely gonna be Christmas time for everybody. So this right here is the hearing that took place on the 20th of November. Y'all seen his reaction video talking big and bad about how Powerstroke was acting all scared, and you know, yeah, well, we're gonna get right down to the truth here. Thank you, Apple Creek. Apple Creek has donated 10 memberships, so if y'all have marked down that y'all will receive them. So it looks like Jewel and Midwest, Amos Bell, Mud Digger, Carolina Cowboy. Congratulations to all y'all, and a big shout out to Apple Creek. Appreciate that, Apple Creek. Apple Creek's been a long time member of the channel and supporter. So let me see. Hopefully, I'll still hear this audio. Okay, now take that into consideration. This is to extend. So PBR never did let on that he's already had that on there. The way he made it sound, this was the first time he's ever appeared in court or ever had any dealings with Powerstroke. Okay, little Jeffrey, to answer your question, this is the way the video came in. So, yeah, that's the way we all received it. So I guess so. I don't know if it was just a cut between their mics or what the deal was. And you will see where there's spots blurred out, and later on there's people that come into the courtroom. Fusion made sure that everybody else was blurred out other than the judge, Powerstroke, and PBR. Therefore, nobody else's face was put out there that didn't need to be. Okay, I'm hearing no sound on video. What the heck? Let me go back and double check, make sure it was shared. Okay, y'all let me know if y'all can hear it now.
To Fred Schwartz versus James Shonk. Sir, what's your name?
James Shonk.
And sir, are you Fred Schwartz?
Yes.
Okay. And we're here, you all can have a seat at the table. We're here for a hearing.
Are y'all able to hear it? Awesome. Okay, sorry about that. So we'll start back over. Y'all remember that, y'all listen to it. This is to extend. This isn't the first time that PBR has had any dealings with Powerstroke. He's never let on to that.
On a temporary interpersonal protective order that was entered by Judge Duzing. Mr. Schwartz, are you seeking to extend the interpersonal protective order?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready to move forward today?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Shonk, are you ready to move forward today?
Yes.
Okay. Can I have you both raise your right hands? Are you an attorney, ma'am?
She's representing me today. She's got a presentation.
Are you a lawyer?
Uh-huh.
No.
Okay. All right.
You can be called as a witness, but you can't if you've witnessed something personally.
Yeah.
But you'll need to step back.
She's witnessed all this personally.
Okay. So, Mr. Schwartz, Mr. Shonk, you promised the testimony you give today will be truthful?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to read the petition. It says on November 9th in Boone County, Kentucky, there's alleged stalking, threatened physical harm by stating he may attack me, is thinking of attacking me. He stated he has no fear of repercussion and will not stop the hundreds, if not thousands, of statements and videos about me and my family. James has created a falsified website where he data dumped actual sex offenders from the Boone County, Kentucky, and self-admitted to creating this bogus website where he admits on video he knows I'm not a sex offender, but will stop at nothing to wreak havoc on my life personally by slandering my name and reputation by embedding his purchase domain website in every Northern Kentucky website and Facebook page in order to make my entire community believe I'm something I'm not. James has repeatedly threatened me publicly on video via his YouTube channel at www.youtube.com at PsychobabbleRapp. He has threatened my family and has committed multiple crimes of coercion with his fake website. He has actively launched by making live. I filed a report with Boone County, Kentucky Sheriff's Department last year and attempted to gain a protective order due to him releasing my full legal name, address, vehicles, etc. And I believe October, November of 2022 with pictures of my home and vehicles. He since re-released the same information that now includes a visible written threat of attacking me. I believe they are overly excessive post videos, YouTube shorts, community posts, and live streams. on camera constitute this behavior now be criminal in nature by means of stalking, making live documented threats, and has also committed coercion by demanding I or my father and friends do what he states, or there will be held to pay. This behavior has been being documented and oftentimes recorded to support a year plus of myself being the target of his known obsession with my personal and real life close friend who is a celebrity, Ryan Upchurch. I've had to remove myself entirely from my own platform on YouTube because of Mr. Shonk, the increasingly wild allegations, slander, threats, doxing, and falsification of registries in hopes of this man stopping this behavior. However, it has not stopped and continues oftentimes, many times each day. I do believe with recent threats of violence being stated by him towards me that myself, my family, home, vehicles, and property are at risk by not only himself, but the many thousands of people he's actively speaking to. James Shonk has and will self-admittedly stop at nothing to intimidate me and instill fear into my personal life by means of getting revenge on me because he's who I am friends with. He has admitted on video to taking IP addresses in order to gain personal information on anyone coming into his chats. While I understand this is a very unique situation, I kindly ask that my court use their best discretion on assisting me in protecting myself and my properties from this man. Sir, is that all true?
Now, that woman was not reading slow. And y'all seen how long it took her to read that statement. Can y'all imagine what was going through her head during the time of reading that? She's probably thinking, my God, what all has this guy done? This guy has got to be crazy. And Tyler, to answer your question, that will be, you'll find out here towards the end that it got handed, it's kind of handed over. She tells them that this is actually the wrong court for this, and she tells Powerstroke where he needs to go. But it gets interesting over here. This was actually in a family court. It got handed over for some reason to family court. With this woman, I mean, this judge was probably thinking, oh my God. So.
And accurate to the best of your knowledge.
Yes.
What else would you like the court to know?
So then he's testifying to the court, trying to justify this restraining order he's trying to get from a 63-year-old guy from Ohio. And he's perjuring, just tripping all over himself, perjuring himself right and left. And he tried to paint a picture that he was just home reading his Bible. And because he's friends with Ryan Upchurch, I started attacking him out of the blue for no reason.
Now, these are little clips from when he got back from the court when he had his live. So Mr. Fusion added in little spots, which really made the video even more perfect. I mean, I don't, just the court tape itself was awesome, but him adding that in and these little spots, I mean, it tops it off. Yeah, I mean, like I said, shout out to Mr. Fusion. This whole video that he made right here was just great. And I don't know who handed him this video, where it originally came from outside the court. I've got a feeling, but it's speculation, so I'm not going to say. But yeah, shout out to them as well. So
Yeah, I mean, like I had said, we've got an entire presentation here of essentially a year's worth of content that this individual.
Okay, I got to stop it real quick. Little Mama Payday, I see that you're in here. Honey Badger and Little Jeffrey, how are you doing? Mama Payday, I've got to ask you. I gotta say, I hope you're doing well. Didn't get a chance to call you. I didn't get up until late this afternoon, but have been thinking about you.
Has created against me, and in retaliation to I guess him not liking who I'm friends with, and him having a problem with what my friend has done on the internet. So he's essentially targeted me for it. He's created multiple websites at this point One is frank-schwartz.com. And then if you /childhood.html, it'll take you to the original site with tabs and so on and so forth. And I have proof of that as well. Also, he's got one that he's made as Fred-Schwartz, and it's the same thing. So if you just type in fred-schwartz.com, it's just a regular website. And then basically, after this protective order was granted and put in place, there was a demonstration of indirect contact through that website. Let me see here.
Now, see, if y'all notice that there's a big difference between Powerstroke here and PBR. Powerstroke has come into court just like how he did when he was on YouTube. Nothing but receipts and pure facts. He's got his laptop, he's got his phone, he's got paperwork, and he's got receipts for each and everything he says. Y'all will notice here in a little bit when it goes over to PBR what I'm talking about.
I'll pull it up just to read you what I've got.
How do you know Mr. Shank?
He has been targeting me for over a year on the platform YouTube.com.
Well, how do you know him? Or do you not know him?
I don't know him personally, but he has, like I said, targeted me for over a year for who I'm friends with, which is a worldwide known celebrity. His name is Ryan Upchurch. He doesn't like Ryan Upchurch. He doesn't like anything that Ryan does. And since then, he's targeted me for these acts for over a year. And has since, posted pictures of my house, my address, my full name, is as to the point that one of the posts are still up to this day with an active threat on them, which
So
is why
what is the threat that was made?
I will attack you, or I think I will attack your kid now, is what it is.
Attack meaning physical?
It says attack.
What does it say specifically?
Okay.
Do you have it?
I do, yeah. Actually, I do.
This is not a criminal case. This is family court. So
That's
this
fine.
is a interpersonal protective order for stalking.
That's fine.
So I don't know
Can I
what
step up?
presentation you have. If JD, I guess we're gonna put it on Elmo. Just show me the threat that was made. And was it made to you?
It was made to my father, and this is it here. If I can step up and show you.
You can step, the computer's gonna have to put it in the record.
This here is that is a picture of my house with my vehicles. And if I scroll down here under the comment section, and this is currently up still on his website. This is obviously his YouTube channel there.
Mhm.
If you go here, you go to the comment section. The first one that's pinned, it says, "I think I will attack your kid now. I'm thinking about it." And that's a comment pinned by him specifically on a post of a picture of my house with my vehicles. That's my real address, everything.
Has he ever attacked you personally?
No, just threats.
Has he ever threatened you personally?
Yes, many times.
Do you have those?
Yeah, well, he has threatened, it's coercion. Basically, if we don't do, or if anybody doesn't make an apology, he's to launch websites with a fake sex offender registry that he's data dumped from the Boone County courts. He calls it the Burlington Sex Offender.
Now, if you look at PBR right there, you can tell he's already mad. Got his sitting back, got his arms crossed. I mean, he looks like he's already boiling hot, ready to explode.
The registry,
So it's threats of,
ruining my reputation, inciting violence on me, my family, my home, my belongings, my property. Anybody that's labeled as a sex offender. I'm sorry. Anybody that's labeled as a sex offender, clearly that's inciting violence to, on somebody, and that's all false. I'm not a sex offender, obviously, but he has threatened to data dump real sex offenders with their pictures and names, and adding me in the mix as far as alphabetical order, and and obviously to incite violence on me.
Is he actually requesting that people go to your house and harm you?
I mean, no, not specifically, but at the same time, like I said, anybody that's falsely accused as being a sex offender with their address, a picture of their house, their full name, picture of their property, I believe that's threat enough. And then with posting that saying, I will attack your kid now, I believe that's more than enough threat.
Anything else you want me to know?
Yeah, this here, it's a video. It says, if Powerstroke don't get an effing apology video geared up, his job will be next. He's threatened at the beginning of all this, upwards to a year ago. He has since pointed me to make an apology video for something I have not done. And if I did not make the apology video, he was going to go after my job and have people send 4,000 heartfelt letters. These are his words. 4,000 heartfelt letters to get me fired from my company. And then this one here, it says, you best be getting busy making an apology video where people are going to write letters to your employer. You best call Ryan too and tell him to fix this, which Ryan is my friend. He's the celebrity.
Yeah, and none of, like what was just said in chat, none of what PBR says he ever backs up. He says it's going to happen. He says he's done it or he's going to do it, but yeah. And now he didn't think that Powerstroke was going to ever back up anything or so.
Am I able to play these?
What are they?
They're videos
Of
him.
making threats?
Yeah. Well, here's coercion, false allegations, videos leading up to his website launch. He's had videos, basically. Here's one of them here. It says how Fred Schwartz's father put him on a lifelong sex offender list. The day Fred Schwartz's father put him on a legit sex offender registry for life. He's since taken these videos down, and he's been, like I said, he's been playing with these websites. One of them, there are two separate domains. One is frank-schwartz.com, which will essentially take you to the indirect contact that's obviously against this order here. And if you go to fred-schwartz.com, it also does the same thing. But if you /childhood.html, it will take you to a website that he has created for me with my picture on it, with a falsified story of my father abusing me, and I believe also saying that I had lured a child into my home to perform sexual acts, and my father was there to essentially sleep with that child's mother to cover it up. These are all false allegations, obviously, but this is a narrative that he has been steering and pushing to essentially, like I said, incite violence on me, damage my character, damage my my reputation, and obviously anybody that has any type of false claims against them, such as this, this could damage me as far as further employment opportunities. If I were to have children, putting my children in school, and him saying that he's going to implement this in every Northern Kentucky forum there is, including Facebook and all these other platforms. He's data dumping strictly from the.
Good night, Mama Payday. I appreciate you stopping by and get you some rest, hon. So, yeah, I agree with you. Rusty and Powerstroke, yeah, they should have been some lawyers or PIs or something like that. And anybody that's had any issues with Powerstroke or anybody like that, and they're coming after you and they're making anything like PBR's done with Powerstroke, keep receipts, keep them in a file. You never know when you're going to need them. I mean, look, it's helped Powerstroke.
The Burlington Registry. Yeah, I mean, there's all this. And like I said, I mean, there's still, a picture of my house with my vehicles with that threat that he's made directly on his.
All right, Honey Badger. Yeah. And folks, I mean, if you hadn't seen this, you definitely want to stay to the end. How's it going, Rusty Truck?
community tab. It's still there to this day. And that was part of why it was granted, I believe.
And how long has this been going on?
This has been going on since October to November of 2022.
Yep. That's exactly right.
And I tried to come up and get an order the first time around when he released my full name, my address, and pictures of my vehicles, pictures of my house a year ago. I tried to come up and get an order, and they said that it wasn't an immediate threat. And then obviously he had posted this again that's still there to this day with threat to me, immediate threat, saying he was going to attack me with a picture of my house.
Okay.
I don't know how else to take that. I'm sorry.
Mr. Shonk, what would you like the court to know?
Yeah, because now, before this gets started, if y'all remember, for those of you that were around, when he put out Powerstroke's information, it was a picture of his house. His cars were in there, which you could see the license plate. You could see his mailbox, and it was in a community post. And the community post read something to the effect of, for those of you that have been harassed, or for those of you that want to know, and he gave his name, his address, all his information. In other words, basically, like, if you want to go after him, here you go. Now, he did not tell them to go after him, but it was basically like, hey, y'all have at it. And I clipped it that night. I sent it to Powerstroke because I didn't know if he knew, and there were a couple people that had just sent it right over. I mean, I clipped it within, I think, the first 25, 30 seconds it was up. And I've still got the clipping of that. Matter of fact, I sent it over to Linda the Wolf here a few weeks ago. We marked out the information as far as his name and address, but just to show people that it came from PBR. We're not going to put it up with his information on there like that. We're going to double it, exit out. We're going to make sure that it can't be read through and all that if we show it, but yeah.
To continue the game of slander that him and his father and his 4 friends have unleashed on me and my wife for an entire year, and our special needs 10-year-old adopted child. His father, and this man right here, I don't know him from Adam. I'm 63 years old. My wife's 67. We're law-abiding citizens living our life.
Okay. Law-abiding citizens. Already, PBR, you're lying in court.
And I made a reaction video to a fellow named Ryan Upchurch. A girl went missing in California last year on August 2nd. And this young man appeared on a podcast with Ryan Upchurch, who were talking about that case, and they ended up slandering a bunch of innocent people, accusing them of doing something to this girl.
Now, oddly enough, he forgot to tell the judge that, yes, Judge, I even said that she was fake at one time. I was even going in on that.
And in fact, it was so egregious, there are currently 3 slander cases in the court against Ryan Upchurch for what happened on
PBR, where's the third? Please show me where the third case.
that podcast that he was on. I made a reaction video to that. I have a YouTube channel. I do reaction videos to celebrities. I do travel videos, that sort of thing. And I made a reaction video to this Ryan Upchurch, a celebrity. I just thought it was so egregious that a celebrity would accuse a bunch of innocent people from a 3 million subscriber platform. And I said to this young man, I said, listen, I see your YouTube name is Powerstroke. I got a Powerstroke. We got a lot in common. You guys realize you could get sued for this? And from that day forward, him, his father, and 4 of his friends unleashed a hell on my wife and I's life that has been so egregious that I am just shocked that we are in this court today, and he's trying to use the court to muzzle me so they can continue to play this game. Now the skull.
Okay, so we're gonna pause right there. So far, I mean, we've caused all this turmoil with him and his wife. Like he hadn't done anything. I mean, you know, he's just innocent. You know, it's interrupted his daily life. You know, he gets on here just pleading, please leave me alone. I haven't done nothing. Y'all interrupting my travel videos. Does he not think that if it would have stayed in this court and continued on, if this wasn't just a hearing to extend this paperwork, that they would look into this and that Powerstroke wouldn't have videos? I mean, come on, he's been in court before. He knows this shit. Now, remember me asking or telling y'all that Powerstroke brought the laptop, his phone, both containing files and videos. He had paperwork in front of him. I mean, he came fully prepared, like he did with videos. You know, he had receipts and all that. What does PBR have in front of him? A couple pages of paperwork. And to be honest with you, it's probably what the judge read off. It's probably his copy. No laptop. And this is a guy that's got, you know, computers all over the place. I mean, come on. You know, he's got this, you know, his closet's filled with what? I mean, come on. Doesn't even have his phone out to show anything, which eventually he tries to get it out. He's not prepared. Now, he did mention about sending, I think it was a thumb drive over days or weeks prior to the courts with his evidence, but really, who does that? Have y'all ever heard of somebody sending their evidence over to the court prior to getting there? No, you bring it with you. The court's not going to babysit you. The court's not going to put it all together for you. Exactly, John. It's probably a copy of the IPO. He walked in there blind. Thought that he could just tell him who he was and, you know, walk out. Looked like a complete idiot like he does on YouTube.
But as of right now, Your Honor, is if they get this restraining order, they're going to take donations from his dad's YouTube channel. Donations where people pay money to slander me. And buy a billboard and put my wife and I's picture on it in the town we live in.
Now, no one has ever said anything about putting his wife on a billboard. And right now, you would swear he was in court against Rusty. He hadn't. What has he stated about Powerstroke? Right now, it's Rusty.
Now, I don't know this young man from Adam. I wouldn't even know he existed if him, his father, and his 4 friends hadn't unleashed this campaign of hate against me and my wife. And I have thousands of witnesses to this and several videos. His father created a YouTube.
There he goes again. Thousands. You know, it's probably these 5,000 that he keeps saying are witnesses. You know, because he's had 5, sometimes 10,000 people in his lives before. Not that we've ever seen it, but you know, that's what he claims. Maybe that's what he's got on that 2-3 sheets of paper. He's got their signatures. Maybe he's been sitting over there writing them down. I don't know. I don't think he knows. But I tell you what, we'll rewind some of this because this is a little comical.
To this Ryan Upchurch, a celebrity. I just thought it was so egregious that a celebrity would accuse a bunch of innocent people from a 3 million subscriber platform. And I said to this young man, I said, listen, I see your YouTube name is Powerstroke. I got a Powerstroke. We got a lot in common. You guys realize you could get sued for this? And from that day forward, him, his father, and 4 of his friends unleashed a hell on my wife and I's life that has been so egregious that I am just shocked that we're in this court today, and he's trying to use the court to muzzle me so they can continue to play this game. Now, the scuttlebutt, as of right now, Your Honor, is if they get this restraining order, they're going to take donations from his dad's YouTube channel, donations where people pay money to slander me, and buy a billboard and put my wife and I's picture on it in the town we live in. Now, I don't know this young man from Adam. I wouldn't even know he existed if him, his father, and his 4 friends hadn't unleashed this campaign of hate against me and my wife. And I have thousands of witnesses to this and several videos. His father created a YouTube channel for the specific purpose to slander me. This young man, the day after I made that reaction video to his celebrity friend, they think this guy's a god and nobody's allowed to say anything about him. And I made a negative video about this celebrity, not knowing this kid from Adam. Next thing I know, he's on my Facebook. He goes back 25 years, gets a hold of a woman I was married to 25 years ago, convinces her to come on his podcast, and he allowed her to slander me at will for 3 hours.
Okay, now PBR knows that she was offered a platform to tell her story, just like I offered her a platform to tell her story. And I offered her a platform the second time she came up to do a rebuttal to what he was saying. The last time he done a live talking very negative about her. That's what we do. Especially when she has a channel, but she doesn't put anything on it. We were helping her out.
And then he unleashed a whole series of videos called Roundtable Discussions. And there are 5 of those. One of them ran as long as 8 hours. And Your Honor, if you stop that video at any time during that 8-hour period, you'd hear them slandering me. His father hovered over my house in Google Satellite View, gave my full name, full address, telephone number, birth date, and last 4 of my social. They then paid a guy to drive 4 hours to the Muskingum County Courthouse in Ohio to get transcripts from my bankruptcy hearing 20 years ago, and his father read it line by line and dissected it line by line on a live stream showing all my financial information.
Sir, what has he done? I'm not talking about his father.
He was there with his father doing it on the channel right there.
Now, Powerstroke, you know, you being up there, you know, while somebody else does something, that's just wrong. It's wrong, but it's wrong. Jesus, PBR, come on.
His father, I've got videos I can show you.
Did you create these websites?
I did. In retaliation, I went to the courts back in, when he brought my ex-wife on his podcast, let her sit there and slander me, and then his father launched this channel and two of his friends, all at the same time, launched channels to every video on their channel slandering me. Every single video. There's over 200 videos on one channel, every video slandering me. His father just privated.
I don't know who we could be talking about, do y'all? No. Who are you talking about, PBR?
Over 100 videos slandering me. And so, as you would know, this is in retaliation. I tried everything. We went to the courts. I was told nothing could be done. I was told unless it got physical.
Mr. Schwartz, were there videos that you made regarding Mr. Shank?
Yes, there were previously, but not to the caliber that he's speaking of.
I got them right here.
Yeah, I mean, this is.
Okay, I've heard
Is he
enough.
under oath?
Stop.
I'm sorry.
You're both under oath. Stop. This is not a family court issue. I have to find that there is an intentional.
Okay, now I'm going to rewind it a little bit so we can hear what she's saying. But she is explaining to PBR what has to be found, you know, for this to be in the proper court. PBR took what she was saying and done his live as if that's what he was claiming.
I'm sorry.
You're both under oath. Stop. This is not a family court issue. I have to find that there is an intentional threat of sexual contact, serious injury, or death. I don't find that here. What I find is two people.
Now, did y'all hear PBR huff and puff and throw the pen down? Hold on, I'll back it up. So when she was saying what she had to find in order for it to stay in that court and for the paperwork to be passed on, he was taking it that that's what he was claiming. He huffs, puffs, and throws his pen or some kind of object down on the table. Yeah, it's just a sigh, a really loud sigh, like a baby would do. Exactly, John. And he throws what I take as a pen. So here it is.
I'm sorry.
You're both under oath. Stop. This is not a family court issue. I have to find that there is an intentional threat of sexual contact, serious injury, or death. I don't find that here.
Right there it was.
What I find is two people who need to go to the county attorney's office and talk to them about the issue.
This
is a criminal harass. Stop talking. This is an issue that you all need to speak to your county attorney or to the sheriff to do with stalking, harassment, something. But there's things going back and forth here, and it's not something that I can issue an order over. I have very limited circumstances, and it's very limited on stalking. And so I don't find that. So I'm going to dismiss the petition, but you both need to go talk to your local county attorneys. And Mr. Schwartz, yours is right across the street, and they will talk to you about this.
There's no immediate threat to a picture of my house.
Sir, I've made my ruling.
Picture of your house. 10-hour live stream.
Leave, or I will put you in jail if you don't stop talking. I have asked you to stop talking multiple times. It's time to leave.
Yeah. Old PBR throwing a little fit, a little tantrum tantrum there. You remember how he talked at the end of it? You know, he only spoke for 3 minutes. Judge heard him and just threw it right out. You know, and how Powerstroke was acting. Yeah. Didn't go too well, but no, wait, that's not all, folks.
Good.
Yeah, look at there. See, PBR acted so bad.
Good.
Look at there. Now, right behind him, what do you have? Yep, you got an officer standing right behind you. But if you pay close attention, what's in front of him? You'll see the hand. You got officer number 2. He's showing his ass so bad, they're going to make sure he gets out of the courtroom without an issue. They're going to walk him out. While Power, while Powerstroke is over there sitting down, loading up his backpack with his laptop, his paperwork, and all that, do you see any type officer around that table? No, you do not. Powerstroke behaved himself in court. Powerstroke didn't throw a fit. He didn't act like a little baby.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yeah, this right here was gold. And like I said, a big shout out to Mr. Fusion. And Mr. Fusion has stated, anybody that wants to use this video for any kind of content, you can go over there and under videos, you'll get this exact same video. If you've not seen his live from tonight when he done this, you've got to go over there and watch it. It's not a long live. It's funny as hell. It was, Mr. Fusion was up there. He dropped the link. The only person that went up there was Ismic, but it was funny. But now you won't be able to hear the video as good. That's the reason he put it out there afterwards, like this. But yeah, there again, big shout out to Mr. Fusion. And like I said, in the description in this live is his link. And I can't say enough. I mean, thank you, Fusion. That this was Christmas come early. What can we say? Now, how long do y'all think it'll be before Powerstroke? I mean, not Powerstroke, before PBR does a video or a live talking about this? Y'all think you'll make one today? Sometime this weekend? Or do you think he's going to crawl up underneath that rock? Judge Laurie said 3 hours. You know, I looked within 45 minutes to an hour to see if he'd done anything. I figured his phone was ringing off the hook. Oh, he can't strike it. How can he strike it? His video clips that are in here are so short, he can't strike it that way. He can't strike it for doxing. It's a court video. There's no way he can strike it. Oh, and now Christopher Cunningham. Okay, so he hadn't made a video in 3 days. He's probably going to say, well, I was back in Detroit working, you know. I don't have time to watch YouTube all day long and make videos every day. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he don't have anything to save face. What can he possibly say? Maybe he has received a Happy Meal. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe he don't want to get on there with some bruises. Who knows? I mean, well, I mean, what's he going to say? That the video's fake? That we had somebody dress up as a judge and it, you know, went into an empty courtroom? Yeah, country bro. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I've seen Powerstroke shaking and turning away from him and acting all scared. And no. Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's what he was blaming. He actually used Upchurch as part of his defense. I just made a video this singer Ryan Upchurch, where he went in after this young girl and her family. Well, Christopher, not only would I be able to carry him to court, there are so many other people out there that could. Well, right now, Powerstroke has got the best. And AD's actually got a good one against him because he put AD on that website as well. I mean, AD needs to pay close attention to what's going on. Okay, now Tyler Green, I do not know how that happened. I don't know how it got tossed over to family court. My thoughts on that is I think it was a court. I think it was a mistake by the courts. I think it was filed wrong, but I mean, I honestly cannot say for sure. Yeah, not only Upchurch, but yeah, I mean, and the funny thing is, he wanted to talk more about Rusty than he did Powerstroke. And then he wanted to mention the four friends. Well, I think we all know who they're talking about, but yeah, and she let that go on longer than, had that been in any other type court, he wouldn't have talked that loose. I mean, I'm sorry, I was reading and talking at the same time. It wouldn't have went on that long. I think he is scared. I think this has shook him up. Yeah, that's what I was reading right there, loose lips. And I think he is really scared. I think he realizes that his mouth has got his ass in trouble. Oh, I mean, I think he got a visitor, and he tells everybody no, he didn't, and all that. There was no pumpkin or anything like that. But I think he's scared. I think if somebody was knocking on his door right now, and if it was somebody he knew that was coming up there without letting him know, I think he would shit his britches as far as gag burn. Christopher Cunningham, at this point, to be honest with you, I don't know if it would even be worth it because of the timeline it takes once you file before it gets in there. I just, oh, well, and John, he's used to that. I mean, hell, just look at the check he wrote for the pizza guy. I know, two different checks, but well, he had to find somewhere else to vent. He's going to go ballistic when he sees all the channels that are putting out videos using this. And I hope everybody makes something out of this, whether it's a live, a 2 or 3 minute video, or a short. I hope there are so many channels that use this Brandy, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, this was, like I said, Christmas had come early. And if anybody's got a birthday between now and Christmas, happy birthday, because there you go. Firewall 5000 got to see it. Hopefully Kenneth came in and got to see it. Anybody that has ever had any crossings with PBR, I hope this gets out to them. I'm glad that damn Yankee got to see it. And like I said, everybody please just go over there on one of these videos, whether it be just the video or the live, and tell Fusion thank you. On top of that, let's not forget Powerstroke. You know, big shout out to him. He's had to put up with all this. So, oh yeah, his little tantrums in court. If you throw his tantrums in court, and if you go back to his live right after the hearing and use parts of it, yeah. Yeah, we should all be proud of Powerstroke. He held his own. Like I said, he came in with receipts. And PBR looked like an idiot. And just think of all them idiots over there showing support for PBR. When they see this and see that he came in with absolutely nothing, no laptop, didn't even have his phone out, nothing, and see how Powerstroke had everything laid out. I mean, hell, he looked like a damn lawyer himself. Had all the receipts. And didn't take him no time to pull up what he needed. You know, they've got to look at PBR and thought, you're a fucking idiot. What am I doing over here? But no, I mean, he's got people like Johnny, Mocon, Foxy Bridget. And, okay, now we're discussing who's following them. And we mentioned Foxy Bridget. I mean, here's one that brags because she was in prison for 7 years. Firebombed a car. Still to this day, don't see anything wrong with her son having a relationship with a 14-year-old. She was 14. She was 15 when she had the child, and he was in his 20s. Hell, she virtually coached the girl. She don't see an issue with that. So she's a pedo supporter. And, you know, you're sitting there coaching that. I don't even know if I would. I think there should be other names other than just a supporter. She's got a record longer than Johnny. Mocon, well, we know what he is. The people that are supporting him aren't worth crap. And she's over here attacking any and every member of Creek Squad she can. She's attacked Gail. She's attacked, well, I think, was it Honey Badger? And yeah, she's attacked several members of Creek Squad, myself, but a great deal of the women. And now she's over there, from what I hear, teaming up with Sly and Dana, and yeah, I mean, just the bottom of the barrel of YouTube. Yeah, she's attacked Linda, and I mean, yeah, I mean, seriously, he's scraping the bottom of the barrel just to get people over there. And he did like my little community post the other day where he's always talking about how he has 5 times amount of the subs, and he's like Martin when he talks about his subs. But yet him and Rusty were live at the exact same time a couple of nights ago. PBR didn't even have 100 people in his live. Rusty had, I think it was like 250. And I took a screenshot of both of them. Rusty's live, his chat, I mean, if you type something in, by the time you hit enter, it's already at the very top, to where PBR had 7, 8 people in chat. Most of the people that was watching his live were in the bushes. And truth be known, most of them were probably screen recording. And he got butthurt over that, saying, well, my live views don't really matter. Really? So what does? Your shorts? I mean, yeah. And obviously you see from the court tape, he's worried about the donations. He's blaming Rusty and Powerstroke because it was brought up about billboards. Well, neither Rusty or Powerstroke ever brought up billboards. That wasn't even mentioned on their lives originally. I don't know if they ever did anything afterwards, but that was brought up on a live that me and Seaper done. So there again, he starts blaming innocent people for things that they didn't do. So that right there just tears his story all up. I don't know how he's going to twist this around. I'm sure he'll try, but there's no way he can do it. So I guess we'll see what happens as both of them went and talked, and we'll see when, if it goes to the next courts, I guess. Y'all know where I stand, who I stand with. I don't think anybody's really truly, they may say they stand with PBR, but I don't think they're really showing them any supports when it comes to this. I mean, the guy put out a fake sex registry. PBR, you got to answer to that. So, but guys, I wanted to show y'all this, and be a great way to start off your morning if you're getting ready to go to work. If you're getting ready to turn in, well, I tell you what, that right there should put a smile on your face and a great way to end the night. Country bro, he was. I'm just a 63-year-old man married to a 67-year-old. You know, we're just trying to live out the rest of our life. And here this young man is over here just coming after us, him and his father and their 4 friends. Yeah, it's not going to work. Not when there's receipts to show what he's been doing, what he's said, what he's made. No, just not going to work. So I hope everybody has a great night. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Like I said, please go over there, tell Mr. Fusion thank you, sub up to him if you haven't, and y'all have a great night. Now, before I go, if you're a member of this channel, I'm having a members only live in, well, actually a little less than 13 hours. So at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, there will be a members live. So don't forget to just go on over, hit the notification button, and be ready. So big shout out again to Apple Creek for the donations of the memberships, and congratulations to those that were able to receive the gift. So we appreciate it, Apple Creek. Thank you. Thank you for all that you've done. And till next time, I'll see y'all then.